What's the best YouTube ad format to drive more leads and sales or just grow your YouTube channel? Even though there are a lot of options, there are actually only two that matter. Hey, I'm Jason, faith-based entrepreneur and marketing geek. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our YouTube Ads Playbook to help you with your audience research, as well as a simple 90-second ad script to make sure that when people do watch your video ad, irrespective of the format, they actually take the action that you're looking for. All right, when it comes to ad formats, we have a lot of options, and really only two of them actually matter. But we'll run through all of them relatively quickly, and then we'll dive into the two that we should be focusing on and using. So we have non-skippable in-stream, we have skippable in-stream, we have bumper, then we have in-feed, then we have outstream, then we have masthead, and then we have responsive. So out of all of these options, skippable, in-stream, and in-feed ads are really the only ones you want to use. And responsive is just a combination of these two, showing us that Google themselves knows which one of these actually works. And so they decided to take the two that work and try and put them together. But more on that in a little bit. Now let's quickly run through how each one of these differ, and then we'll get into how to use the best two and the best targeting options to combine to make sure that you maximize your budget. So first off, let's start with non-skippable in-stream ads. Now, these are relatively simple. They run for 10 to 15 seconds before someone watches a video automatically, and people have no option to skip. So as soon as it starts playing, we pay for the view. Skippable in-stream ads, on the other hand, they also autoplay in front of normal YouTube videos, but after 5 seconds, you have the option to skip. And we've all had our mouse or our finger right over that skip button. So as soon as it hits 5, we hit skip and watch the video we actually wanted to watch. And with these, we actually only pay after 30 seconds or a click. Again, more on that in a bit. Bumper ads, just like the first one, we have those play automatically, but they're only 6 seconds. And again, they cannot be skipped. These are really only good for big brands who are just trying to maintain brand awareness and remind us the next time we're at the supermarket, we should, buy their cookies versus the other brand or whatnot, or we need to stock up on more dog or cat food, right? So these are just really just designed for brand awareness to remind us. So when we're in the store looking at all the different pasta sauces or all the different chips, for some reason, we're psychologically manipulated because we saw the bumper ad so many times, we wind up choosing the chips that they want, like Doritos over Ruffles or whatever. So I think I spent way too much time on that. Long story short, we don't need to use them. Okay, then we have in-feed ads. These are really for brand awareness and of course growing channels, because these are ads that people will click on, whether it's in their mobile feed, it's as a suggested video on their homepage, or in search results. Unlike most of the other ones here, you actually have to click on this to see the video and pay for the view. Then we have outstream. These run on videos that aren't necessarily on YouTube, and they're just like they sound. They pretty much just automatically play at the end of a video, and they're a giant waste of money. And YouTube and Google are in a little bit of trouble for kind of squeeze these into other campaign types. I won't get into that though, because you won't have that problem because you're not going to try and use those. Then we have the masthead, and these are the big ads that show up on the YouTube homepage. So unless you're shelling out lots and lots of money, we could just go ahead and skip these. We're not going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on those types of ad deals. And then finally, we have responsive. And this is Google and YouTube's brilliant idea to combine skippable in-stream ads and in-feed ads into one ad type if you want to run a conversion-focused campaign. Now, if that doesn't make any sense, that's okay, because we're really only going to focus on the two that you should learn to master, which is the skippable in-stream to drive action and sales and leads off of YouTube, or the in-feed, which is to create brand awareness, grow your channel, so you can then drive action off of YouTube. So either way, you're going to wind up using in-stream ads eventually. It's just a matter of, if you're growing a channel, then it's awesome to use in-feed ads in front of in-stream ads, because it's kind of like you get to grow your channel and promote your stuff at the same time. Kind of cool. But what really matters, the difference between these two, is how we wind up paying for them. So with in-feed ads, we are going to pay as soon as someone clicks, right? They're scrolling through, they're watching a video, and they're like, oh, that one's suggested, and they click on it. We pay for the view. And because of this, the views are going to be a lot higher, and they are going to be way less expensive than in-stream. So when it comes to in-stream ads, on the other hand, these are going to autoplay. So we've all watched YouTube. In fact, unless you're on premium, you probably saw an ad before this one, right? Before watching this video. And so that automatically plays, and after 5 seconds, they can skip. So if they skip, we don't pay. If they watch 15 seconds, we still don't pay. 20 seconds, don't pay. 25, no. 29 seconds, and they skip, we don't pay. But as soon as it hits 30 seconds, then we pay, right? I probably drew that out way too much. You're like, yeah, I know it's 30 seconds. Like you're counting up to a whole number. So when it comes to that 30-second mark, when someone watches past 30 seconds, we pay YouTube for that view. And if someone clicks anytime, even if the ad is over and they click the little companion banner that shows up next to the video that they're watching, and maybe they watch 5 minutes of the video and they go, okay, well, maybe I'm interested in that ad, and then they click, then we pay. So 30 seconds or when they click. And so what's really great about this is we're only paying for people who are really interested in what we have to offer, which is pretty cool. And of course, the downside of this is we wind up paying a lot more per view. And so one final note here when it comes to these ad formats is if you are running campaigns to drive leads and sales off of YouTube, eventually you're going to have to use these responsive ads. But you don't want to use the responsive ads, that's these two combined, until you know that your in-stream ad is working. And so how do you make sure that your YouTube ad is actually working? Well, follow this little chart for what targeting to use with these placements. So if you have an skippable in-stream ad and you're running it to a in-market, affinity, custom intent, remarketing audience, and it's working, you're getting the results that you're looking for, then you can try creating a conversion-based video campaign that uses responsive ads. But only after you know your video works do you want to give Google that much control. And then if you're doing brand awareness or growing your channel, you're going to want to stick to content style targeting, like placements, targeting other channels, keywords, and then of course topics. And the reason you want to do this is those targetings are of course much broader, which means you're going to pay less per view. In feed ads is just a numbers game. How cheap can we get as many views as possible? Because you're going to get so many useless clicks. It is ridiculous how many people will click on your video and then bounce out after 5 seconds. So we don't want to pay a premium at all. But within stream ads, we want those targeted audiences because we're only paying after 30 seconds. So we know that they're actually really interested in what we have to offer, which is why I always say this, I like starting in stream with an in market because it's so easy to know, hey, are ads actually working? Or no, we're targeting people who want to buy our product or service and they're not clicking on our in-stream ad. So obviously it's the ad, right? As opposed to, I don't know if I'm targeting the wrong people, or I don't know if it's my ad, I don't know if it's my settings. And so this is just a really quick and easy way to make sure that you are testing your video and you're, of course, using the right format. I think I got a little lost there. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video. If you have any questions when it comes to the ad formats, comment below. Make sure you check out that link in the description to the YouTube Ads Playbook. It will help you with all of your audience targeting and, of course, figuring out what the heck to say in your ad to get the actions that you're looking for. So hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.